Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host, Gavin Hatch. This week we're going to do something a little different here. We are not going to the theme parks. We're actually going to go to Theme Park Connection in Orlando. This is one of my favorite places to go, and if you're a true theme park fan, you have to come check this place out. They have a website, but if you can come in person, this store is really fun. So let's go ahead and take a look at Theme Park Connection. Now this store is located only minutes from the Florida Mall and also only about, I'd say, 20 minutes from Walt Disney World and also close to the Orlando International Airport. So if you have a car while you're in town, you can definitely find this place pretty easy using your GPS. It's not too far out of the way, and if you're a local, you should still come here, especially if you are a theme park fan. This place is full of all kinds of merchandise that you can't find in the parks anymore, and it's also full of things that you can never buy at a theme park. But we'll get to that in a second. First, when you walk into the store, you have to check out this wall. It's a wall full of pins. They are $3 each, and so if you love to collect Disney pins, you have to look at this because there are thousands to look at, and some are really old and vintage, and then some are pretty new. Again, if you want to sell any pins that you have, they will buy them from you. They buy and sell and trade items and things like that. Not just pins, but all kinds of theme park stuff. If pins are not your thing and you collect Vinylmations, they also have those here. Not as many, but they do have a good amount of Vinylmations. Each of these are $5. Now, if you used to be a cast member and you lost that name tag that you cherished and wanted to keep forever, you might find it here. They have bins full of Disney cast member name tags that, I mean, there's a huge variety because, of course, they change them every few years depending on the celebration that the resort is having. So you'll find some in here from Epcot's Millennium Celebration. You'll find them from the 50th celebration of Disneyland, the 25th anniversary of Disney World, which is one of my favorite celebrations, and we'll show you more of that kind of stuff later on. But yes, if you need Disney name tags, this is where you can get them. Now, back in the day, the parks did not give away those birthday buttons and celebration buttons that you can get, and everyone can get one now at guest services. But back in the day, the buttons that you'd get were very rare because they were only around to advertise new resorts or attractions or parks and different things like that, movies. So in this bin here, you can get a lot of different cool buttons. Be careful though, you don't want to prick your finger, but there are a lot of buttons in here and you never know what you might find. One of my favorite Disney resorts is the Boardwalk Resort, so this is a cool button, and that is from the opening of the Boardwalk. Now, speaking of hotels, if you really love those Disney resorts and you never want to leave that hotel room, now you can take part of the hotel with you home. So, for example, here you can actually get this bed runner from Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. For $25, you can take a pillow home that was in one of the resort rooms. These look like they were from either the Grand Floridian or the Boardwalk. The decor is very similar. So I know that the Grand Floridian recently, within the past few years, got renovated rooms, and so a lot of the old furniture and furnishings and decor from those rooms were all sold. So you'll see some of those items around the Theme Park Connection store. Such as this painting here, which also was in the Grand Floridian Resort rooms. I love this. This is really a cool painting. Of course, it is non-original. They were in all the rooms at the resort, so you might have one at home if you came here before and bought it, or you probably just remember it being in your room when you stayed at the Grand Floridian. If you do, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment below. Let me know if you remember seeing this in your resort room at the Grand Floridian. They also had a rug from the Animal Kingdom Lodge entrance. One of the more unique items to purchase is this parade costume. This costume was worn by a performer in the Disneyland's Parade of Dreams, and this was a parade that was showcased in the park for Disneyland's 50th. So if you saw that parade, or if you've seen videos of it, and you watch the Ariel unit, this is the Little Mermaid Ariel unit costume. Now, if it's clothes that you're looking for, there's a long rack full of different shirts and polos and things like that that guests purchased while they were visiting the parks. But there is also mixed in with this actual cast member wardrobe and costumes. And so you might actually be able to purchase something such as you can see, Patrick here has something from Frontierland as well as, I believe, Main Street USA. So you can buy old costume pieces from cast members. Now, something that caught my eye on this rack was an actual character costume piece. These are the legs of Phineas and Ferb. So somehow, I don't know how it got here, but those are the legs that you would wear if you were portraying those characters in the parks. Now over in this drawer here, you can open it up and there's different movie posters that you can purchase, but there's also blueprints to different areas of the resort. So for example, we actually saw the blueprints, a big pile of blueprints of the Disney's All-Star Resorts. One of their larger pieces that comes directly from the parks is this here, the Disney's Fastpass return sign. Obviously the clock is missing, but it looks like this came from, I want to say, the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. If I'm incorrect, comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. But, you know, I think this would be really neat. If I had the money, I would purchase it and refurbish it and put a new clock in and try to get photos and see exactly what it looked like and try to make it look perfect. It's really neat. It's part of history, that's for sure. Now, as you can see, this store is huge. It's full of all kinds of different things from the present of the parks and also the past. A lot of stuff from the past. And one of my favorite things to collect is theme park maps. I think it's really neat to just see how they change over the years and the different things that come and go so quickly. And the theme park maps kind of capture that moment. So over here you can just go crazy looking through all these maps. There's hundreds if not thousands of them, and they're not all Disney maps. I found Islands of Adventure opening day map in here. I found a Wet n Wild opening day map in here in the past, so you can find some pretty cool maps if you are a collector of those. Patrick spotted this bag, which is really neat because this is a merchandise bag from Disney World in 1986. So if you purchased something back in the day there, this is what it came in. And I love the little tagline, the advertising they were using for Disney World at the time. Together at Disney, the world's greatest resort. I think that's really neat. I think they should do like a throwback advertising campaign, and that should be it because that is still relevant today. Now there are aisles that you can just spend minutes upon minutes in just looking through all types of different cool collectible things that you might have used to own, or things that you saw in the parks that you couldn't buy at the time when you were on vacation. Well, now they might be at this store. I love snow globes. I don't collect them, but I think they're really cool, and this is a 25th anniversary snow globe. I visited the park when they were celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Magic Kingdom. So I remember my first time going into that park and seeing the castle decorated as a birthday cake, and I thought it was the most magical thing, and I was really bummed when they turned it back into regular Cinderella Castle. I thought it was a lot cooler having it all decorated in pink. But this is just one of the many things here. I could show you so much, but we don't have that much time. There's a lot of really neat things in here that just take you back to the good days when you were a kid visiting the parks, or going when your kids were little, and yeah, a lot of cool memories here. Now there's also a lot of weird stuff, just random things that come from the parks that you wouldn't expect anyone to buy, but they, like this, they have the Adventureland wall tiles that were near Aladdin. I hope these weren't in the bathrooms in Adventureland, but these were just tiles, I guess, that they took down during refurbishment, and Disney sold them to Theme Park Connection, and now you can buy them, and if you want to recreate a little part of Adventureland in your home or outside on your patio, you can do it. Have a little piece of Disney at home with you. Now, if you are a cast member, you probably know what this is. It's the Eyes and Ears. It's a publication that is sent internally to all the departments at Disney, and of course it's been going on for years, but you can purchase past issues. There's a lot of issues here to purchase, but this was one from 1980, so if you collect those and you're missing a few issues, you might be able to come here and get a copy. Now, I would not suggest drinking these bottles of Coca-Cola, but if you are a fan of Coca-Cola and Disney, then you might want to take these home with you, because these are the commemorative 25th anniversary of Disney World bottles, and then also they have the opening of Disney's Animal Kingdom. They came out with commemorative bottles for that, so that's really neat, and you can purchase these here as well. They've been here for a while. Every time I've come in the store, I've seen these, so I think they might have quite a bit in the back, and then they just put them out and stock the shelf up. So of course though, you might want to get them sooner than later, just in case they run out. And again, as you can see, this store is huge, so you could spend hours in here if you are a theme park nerd like myself. If you worked in the Magic Kingdom in 1981 when they were celebrating their 10th anniversary, you might be in this photo. You probably remember this photo being taken. This is a really neat photo of, I believe, all the cast members at Walt Disney World for the 10th anniversary of the park. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original test track. Not so much the new 2.0 version, but the original test track was one of my favorite attractions, and I loved the queue, and I couldn't believe that they have part of the queue actually for sale. So you can purchase this set piece here that was in the queue of the original test track attraction. Now, before you leave the store, you gotta make sure you pick up your subscriptions to Attractions Magazine. They have past issues, but there's a special deal going on with Theme Park Connection and Attractions Magazine. If you spend $100, you get a free issue. And if you spend $250 or more, you get a 1-year subscription to the magazine. So that is something that's a pretty good deal. So make sure if you don't have some issues, you can pick up past issues here at the store. And of course, you can also grab one on your way out. Well, that will do it for this week's episode of Photo Finds. I hope you guys have a great week. Make sure you subscribe to Attractions Magazine. Give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. Feel free to comment below as well. And as always, make sure you get out, you have fun, and you enjoy those parks.